Welcome back to our ancient past. Previously, we witnessed the devastating effects left upon the Earth by the Great Dying. How the early dinosaurs rose to the top during the late Triassic. We met the rulers of the Jurassic that lived in the American Midwest and the freezing tropics of Antarctica. Now, we follow the story of a young orphan Triceratops as she tries to navigate and survive every obstacle that is thrown at her in Hell Creek. We watch as the dinosaurs flourish and thrive off the land until a giant asteroid hurtles towards Earth and causes their ultimate demise. Tis the dawn of a new day, and out on the prairies, a herd of Triceratops can be seen passing through. A female, however, can be seen straggling behind. She waits for her calf to catch up. The herd has finally made it to their destination, the watering hole. The biodiversity at this watering hole is teeming with life, including these giant hadrosaurs known as Edmontosaurus, or the wary yet swift Struthiomymus, who can always be seen running amongst the giant Ankylosaurs, such as Ankylosaurus, or perhaps a close relative, the Denversaurus. Another visitor, the dome-headed Pachycephalosaurus, who can commonly be seen head-running with rivals. And this is Dakotaraptor, one of the largest dromaeosaurs, only playing second to Utahraptor. Anzu, an oviraptor who have often been nicknamed egg thieves. And who could forget the ruler of the skies, Quetzalcoatlus. Here at this oasis, the natural order of kill or be killed is not abided by. Instead, everyone is safe. Here, there is no danger. But that doesn't mean that everyone follows the rules. By now, the Triceratops herd are making their way back home to the forest. However, the female will not be joining them yet. She will stay back at the watering hole with her calf, who persists on playing in the water. Nearby, the scouts have spotted something heading their way. It seems that today, they are being joined by the one they fear most, the apex predator of these lands, Tyrannosaurus. Even the Dakotaraptor is left fearful by its presence. The dromaeosaur has been dwarfed compared to the Tyrannosaurus. The calf seeks refuge with her mother. Luckily, she is not here to hunt. She is only here to quench her thirst. Now, she leaves. Tyrannosaurus, by far one of the most famous dinosaurs to ever be discovered, reaching lengths of 12.4 meters long, and heights up to 12 to 13 feet. Its diet consisted of herbivorous dinosaurs such as Edmontosaurus, Struthiomimus, and of course, Triceratops. Surely its most formidable foe. Discovered in 1902 by paleontologist Barnum Brown, it was portrayed to drag its tail along the ground, with a posture much like that of a kangaroo. But over the decades, its portrayal began to evolve. The 90s and 2000s introduced a bony and snaggletooth-looking dinosaur that lacked the lips we know of today. With a bite of over 35,000 newtons, this dinosaur had the strongest bite force of any terrestrial animal to ever live. And while its arms are constantly made fun of for being so tiny, they are actually quite useful, being able to lift 400 pounds. But Tyrannosaurus didn't start out so big and scary. As infants, they were covered in downy feathers just like a duckling. But throughout their lifespan, they would eventually lose their feathers. Tyrannosaurus is one of the most well-known dinosaurs we've ever discovered, with more than 40 specimens being recovered and identified. Tyrannosaurus will be sure to go down as Earth's mightiest beast. After their confrontation with the Tyrannosaur, the mother and calf are journeying back to the forest. This trip is a short one, however it is not without its obstacles. This steep hill is a struggle for heavy animals to climb. The calf is hesitant to continue. The mother is finding it hard to move her heavy weight up the hill, and her struggles haven't gone unnoticed by the Tyrannosaurus. Challenge accepted. Scraping the ground like a bull, she attempts to intimidate the Tyrannosaurus. Quickly, the calf seeks refuge at the top of the hill. It's the end of the line for the Triceratops. The young Triceratops has returned to the herd. But she is without her mother. Without her mother in the picture, the calf is too much of a burden on the herd. And so, she is banished. And thus, an orphan's journey begins. Triceratops, whose name means three-horned face, grew up to 9 meters long and weighed in at about 12,000 kilograms. A fully grown Triceratops could match the size of that of a modern-day elephant. Its diet primarily consisted of palms and cycads, but every now and then this giant herbivore would be caught in duels with the almighty Tyrannosaurus. Most large ceratopsians, including Triceratops of course, are believed to have reached adulthood at about 10 years of age, and while the larger specimen, Big John, has exceeded most size estimates for Triceratops, some scientists believe it could reach sizes even larger. It was discovered in the year 1887 during the infamous Bone Wars by paleontologist Othniel Charles Marsh. One of the more famous depictions of Triceratops comes from the 80s and lasted as late as the 2000s, with a more wrinkly appearance that was featured in countless movies such as Jurassic Park. But as the years go on, we tend to learn more about this dinosaur. The evolution of our understanding of this animal has changed significantly. So many fossils, including skin impressions, have allowed us to learn more about Triceratops. In fact, there's been about 50 or so remains of skulls and partial skeletons that have been unearthed so far. And some of these specimens have been found alongside Tyrannosaurus. We may already know so much about Triceratops, but with more future discoveries, who knows what more we will find out about this iconic marvel of nature. After traveling through much forest, the calf has found herself here at the beach. Roosted on this cliff are a group of Pachycephalosaurus. Curiosity has a way of getting yourself caught. Now that she is free, the calf uses this opportunity to flee. Looks like this fight has a winner. And of course, a loser. Pachycephalosaurus, whose name means thick-headed lizard, was 4.5 meters long and 1,000 kilograms. Pachycephalosaurus was primarily a herbivore, although it would get some protein out of being an occasional omnivore. Pachycephalosaurus is often victim to Dakotaraptor and young Tyrannosaurs, although it could easily defend itself with its thick, domed head. Paleontologist Jack Horner proposed that Dracorex and Stygimoloch are just juvenile Pachycephalosaurus. At the moment, it's a stalemate, but there are undoubtedly some similarities. Pachycephalosaurus is known greatly for head rotting with its domed head, which would cushion each impact, but that didn't exactly make it impenetrable. Discovered in 1938, Pachycephalosaurus was first depicted as a bizarre, goofy-looking, scaly beast who dragged its tail along the ground. Later depictions portrayed Pachycephalosaurus with pronated wrists. We now know that most bipedal dinosaurs couldn't achieve this. Its most popular appearance in media was in the Lost World Jurassic Park. However, there is still much to learn about this dinosaur, and throughout the years we will uncover this mystery. Not too far away, a pair of Struthiomimus feed upon the lush vegetation that grows on the forest floor. Sensing danger, one of the Struthiomimus decides to leave. Watching from the bushes is a young Rex, an adolescent, still sporting a juvenile's feathery coat. For now, he bides his time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. He has failed. Curious about the noises from a distance, he follows them. It appears that a Dakotaraptor has gotten to the Struthiomimus. The young Tyrannosaur attempts to scare away the Dakotaraptor, not realizing that it is indeed a worthy opponent. Fights between young Tyrannosaurs and Dakotaraptors are common, as they both hunt the same prey. It seems that the young Tyrannosaur is going to learn not to steal from a Dakotaraptor the hard way. He surrenders. Dakotaraptor is a species of large carnivorous dromaeosaurid dinosaur. It grew to lengths of 5 meters from nose to tail, making it one of the largest of the dromaeosaurid group, alongside Achillobata and Utahraptor. Dakotaraptor used its sharp sickle claws to pin its prey to the ground, which consisted of smaller herbivores such as Struthiomimus and Pachycephalosaurus, as well as marsupials like Didelphodon. Although it did not go without competition from young tyrannosaurs or lizards like Palaeosaniwa. By far the most common depiction of dromaeosaurs comes from the 1993 film Jurassic Park, as well as its many sequels, where it was portrayed as a scaly, vicious monster that would raid kitchens for terrified children. Further studies over the years of dromaeosaurs such as Deinonychus have shown that they are more bird-like, and from fossilized impressions, we can tell that they were covered in feathers. With more discoveries and paleontological finds, we have learned even more about dinosaurs, including Dakotaraptor. And while most of what we know is shrouded in mystery, hopefully with time we'll learn more about this thief from Dakota. A pair of Ankylosaurus can be seen in this forest clearing. Ankylosaurus is armored to the max, with a back covered by thick bumps and scoots, and a club at the end of its tail that could easily break a Tyrannosaur's ankle in one blow. Ankylosaurus was indeed so heavily armored that even its eyelids were covered. The Tyrannosaurus can be seen sitting atop a nearby hill, watching them. Even though the Tyrannosaurus is just passing through, the Ankylosaurs are quick to put up their defenses. Tyrannosaurus may be portrayed as a bloodthirsty apex predator, when in reality it is an animal who knows not to mess with an Ankylosaurus. After escaping the Pachycephalosaurs who were roosted on the cliffs, she has found herself on the beach. She carries on with her adventure, unaware that she is being watched. This giant pterosaur is Quetzalcoatlus. The Quetzalcoatlus eyes the young Triceratops. Even in the skies, the massive Quetzalcoatlus is rather cumbersome compared to the young trike. Luckily, they are quite competent on land. Back to the forest is where she'll be safe. Safe at last. Quetzalcoatlus is a species of large asdarchid pterosaur with a wingspan of up to 11 to 12 meters and grew to heights of 5 meters. About the same height as a modern-day giraffe, being able to look it straight in the eyes. Its diet consisted of lizards, mammals, and small dinosaurs. Asdarchids are a group of pterosaur that included some of the largest flying animals to ever take to the skies. However, not all pterosaurs were so big. Some had teeth. Some were small. Others were tiny. While others were strange. Discovered in 1971, the 90s gave Quetzalcoatlus an appearance that looks very similar to that of a stork, with a bony crest on the top of his head and a slender body. But over the years, our understanding of this large pterosaur has changed. Already we know so much about Quetzalcoatlus, but it's only up from here. After surviving constant danger on the beach, the young Triceratops has found herself deep in the forest. Didelphodon. Something big is arriving. It is a pair of giant Edmontosaurus. They're also joined by a Denversaurus. The young Triceratops isn't safe out here alone. Without a herd, she is walking dead.
The group allows her to join.
Edmontosaurus is one of the largest Hell Creek dinosaurs, as it could reach lengths of up to 13 meters long and tip scales at 7.5 tons, even rivaling Tyrannosaurus in size. Edmontosaurus was a herbivore. It fed upon prehistoric vegetation as well as water plants. However, it was often preyed upon by Tyrannosaurus. Discovered in 1912, Edmontosaurus is often portrayed in media as a small, weak, dumb, water-dwelling swamp lover that was an easy meal for Tyrannosaurus. However, our idea of Edmontosaurus has shifted over the years. We now know that it had hoofs like a horse. And while we know Edmontosaurus could defend itself against predators, it most likely herded with Ankylosaurus for extra protection. Our learning of this dinosaur has been greatly helped by the few cases of mummified skeletons of Edmontosaurus. Night, and the herd has finally found somewhere to rest. For the calf, it is the first time in a very long month that she is able to sleep amongst a herd and not shivering in the cold by herself. Elsewhere, a nocturnal Didelphodon is returning to his den after an unsuccessful night of hunting. However, a strange-looking intruder is entering his den. The Didelphodon is quick to bark at the mysterious house thief. The intruder appears to be an Anzu, an oviraptor dinosaur. The Didelphodon realizes he is outmatched, and thus he flees. The beast has been awoken. Now, with the runaways gone, the Tyrannosaurus is free to continue her slumber. The Didelphodon seeks refuge here, although this safe hideout might not be so safe. The Didelphodon den now belongs to the Anzu. The Edmontosaurus herd has come to this specific part of the forest, where the best vegetation grows in the gaps of the forest that is not sheltered by the trees. The vegetation here is only the best, as it gets the most sunlight and the most rain. But someone is missing. It seems that the little calf who always managed to survive danger at every corner is now all grown up. The Triceratops has returned from a day of scouting. She has been patrolling the area, making sure there are no predators in sight. However, on the trek back to the herd, someone has been following her. The Tyrannosaurus has returned. While she has aged a bit, she could still pose a threat to the herd. Tyrannosaurus ambush sends the rest of the herd running, except for the Triceratops. The Edmontosaurus has been able to overpower the Tyrannosaurus and quickly makes a run for it. It's time to avenge the fallen. But amidst this impending battle, a much bigger danger is coming. A stampede! The dinosaurs run for their lives, while the Didelphodon seeks refuge in its burrow. After the giant asteroid crashed into the Gulf of Mexico 66 million years ago, shockwaves were created by the initial impact, which devastated the world before it. Very few species have survived so far. After 3 long years, her mother has finally been avenged. Her life has now gone full circle. When there is death, there is always hope for a new era. Now that the dinosaurs are extinct, small mammalians such as this Didelphodon are now left to inherit the Earth. Even though the dinosaurs we all know and love today are extinct, they still exist in the form of their closest living relatives, the birds. They can be found all around the world and are by far one of the most diverse, widespread, and adaptable group of animals the world has ever seen.